Can everyone hear me? Let's wait. Yeah, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Wait. Can you hear me? Don't know if anyone can hear me. If anyone can hear me, just thumbs up so we know. Go on, Eddie. We can hear you. Nice. All right, let's do this, people. Let's do this. Let's get this Sunday started, right? Oh man. Oh, what a long day, people. What a long day. Cheers. Cheers to you all. Boy, can't lie. There was part of me that was like, I ain't want to do this today. I was like, I don't want to do it today. Liverpool just ruining my life. But you know what? It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Smash the like button, people. All right, let's say hello to a few people. Let's say hello. Who's in the building? Shiam Burns is here. Quality Shop, always here. Rooney 8MUFC, always here. I like that, the originals. E-Machine says, bro, can you schedule please for 8? Dude, even 8:30. Literally, I walked through the door like 10 minutes ago. And you want it at 8 o'clock. What we got here? What we got? Blue Sky says, if there's something relevant and major going on in women's boxing, of course he's going to talk about it. Of course I am. I've got to talk Clarissa Shields. Got to. The good and the bad. There's a bit of both. Pound for Pound Boxing says, my Sunday night highlight. Thank you very much. Also says, what is good? What is good? Dean Bastone. Good evening, Ade. Good to see you. I missed the last live. I had work. I watched it the next day. Salute, brother. All right. Jo says, Ade, or Uncle Ade, how old are you? Great win tonight for Fulham. You're going to get blocked for that kind of talk. Team Bachamek says, yo, Ade. Yo, Tim. Darren in Sweden says, give Norwich City some love, Ade. Yeah, have they been promoted yet? No, I give Norwich a lot of love. I like Norwich. I like what they're doing over there. I think they were lucky, Norwich, in the sense that they kept a lot of their players when they went down from the Championship. But we're not gonna talk. Sorry, when they went down from the Premiership, we're not even talking football though. We're not even talking football. Adil Shakut says, "Did you watch the UFC?" I did. We'll talk about that in a bit. JD Boxing, or loads of you are coming in. Loads, so many. You know what someone told me the other day? Someone left a comment on one of my videos saying, "Ade, you only read the super chat questions. You don't read anyone else's." I'm like, what? You can't please everyone. Sahad Ali Amjad says, hello, Adi. Hello, brother. Ian Hamilton says, oh, yes, here again. Let's do this. Ian Hamilton in the building. Yeah. You know what, yeah? I got delivered this the other day from a subscriber. I don't know if she wants me to mention her name or not, but she sent me this, a bottle of Talisker for my birthday. My birthday's in a couple of weeks. Believe it or not, people, I'm approaching the big 4-0. Fucking hell. She sent me a bottle of Talisker, so thank you. Thank you to her. Again, if she's comfortable, she'll probably pop up on this timeline. If she's comfortable, me shouting her out, saying her name, I will. And then all of you guys can say thank you to her. I'm not drinking this yet. I'm not going to open it until my birthday, but thank you to Karma. Oh, shit, I just said her name. Fuck. Did you hear that? Hopefully you didn't hear it. Fuck it. It is what it is. Base the kids in the building. Yeah. Oh, is she there? She's there. I can see her now. Can I mention who you are for giving me this? Am I allowed? I don't know if everyone just heard me say it, but am I allowed to tell everyone who it is so they can say thank you for this wonderful bottle of Talisker. All right, what we got? That's what we got. Quinn 40 says, yes, Ade, first time I've caught a chat from the beginning. I'm a little drunk and fancy a shout out, laughing out loud. Shout out to Quinn 40. Shout out to Quinn 40. He's always in the chat. Always in the chat. Did you guys, I don't know if you guys watched the Tony Yoka fight. I'm not quite sure. He fought a guy called Dzeko, who I have to be honest with you, I didn't know too much about prior to the fight. He's a guy that moved up from cruiserweight. Obviously, Tony Yoka, a lot of hype about Tony Yoka, 2016 Olympic gold medalist. Now, I'm not quite sure if you watched the performance, but I feel like the performance has got a lot of stick. A lot of people thought it was a bit flat, like didn't do enough. I see it a bit differently. But first of all, I thought Dzeko was good. I thought Dzeko was a lot better than we think. And I'd like to see Dzeko get some work over here as a heavyweight. He's been over here as a cruiserweight before, but I think he could do some work to some of our prospects, right? I mean, him against a Wardley, him as an opponent against Dubois coming up, or a Nathan Gorman, anyone. I think Dzeko's a lot better than we think he is. But I think Tony Yoka, for me, I think Tony Yoka's got like levels. Like, I watch him and I think there are levels to go. And I just feel like him being in there with a better opponent, I think we're going to see a better Yoka. That's what I'm getting at. I think his defense was really high, which I really love. You can see that what Virgil Hunter's trying to do. Obviously, Virgil Hunter's almost trying to make him into a heavyweight Andre Ward. Very tight, flicked out the jab. And when he needed to go, he went. I like Yoka. Again, look, I understand that maybe people want a bit more and we didn't know about Dzeko too much. Dzeko is a very good, I don't know if he's going to turn into a gatekeeper, but Dzeko pretty decent. I thought he was pretty decent until we got tired from round 7 onwards. I thought Dzeko was decent. So I'm not sleeping on that Yoka performance. I know people have already said that Yoka is not going to do this. He's not big enough, not fast enough, not strong enough. I actually think he is big enough. I actually think he is strong enough, and I think he's fast enough. I just think when it comes to a better level of opponent, he will step up. I think, honestly, I do believe he will step up. Someone's saying, I think someone just saw, someone saying Huey Fury versus David Price is on. No chance. I have to read that. I have to double check that. Conrad Boxing says, I was wrong on Yoka's opponent. He gave him a good fight. Yeah, this is it sometimes. Like, I'm with you, Conrad. Like, I was initially, I was like, oh, come on, man, Yoka's got to blow this kid out the water. Who is this kid? But then when I watched the fight, forget the guy's record. When I just watched them fight, that Dzeko was a lot better than I expected. And he gave Yoka some good work in the first 6 rounds. Yeah, so I want to see what Yoka can do against a better opponent. Let's see. 2 seconds. All right, you know what? Can we all say she's there? Karma Serene is in the chat. So she's the one that sent me this wonderful bottle of Talisker. So shout out to Karma. Can everyone say, Karma, thank you, please? Her name she's there, spelled Kharma. Bottle of Talisker, you know, blood. I was so shocked when I saw that. It came in like birthday wrapping paper as well. Jeez. IA says, Ade's taken over the TalkSport Twitter timeline. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. I've just literally come from TalkSport, people. I was there doing my show. I am pretty tired, but we're here. We're here. Jeremy Flores says, Ade, greetings from Texas. Ade the GOAT. Yeah, he's getting there. I'm getting there. You know what I need? You know what I might do from now on? Obviously, I'm doing these lives through YouTube. I might do it from StreamYard so I can get some people that are in the chat on with me to talk, so you can hear them as well. It'd be good to get some of you guys into the chat as opposed to me just talking to myself. All right. Irfan Rafiq says, keep it real, boxing only. No. We talk about everything, homie. We talk about everything, but we're not talking about no football. I'll tell you that now. 2 secs. Vlog Moment says, Ade, when are you going to get guys on your live to talk boxing? Yeah, this is what I was just saying. You can't do it through this, unfortunately, but we can do it through StreamYard. So yeah, I might do a StreamYard one next. We'll see. We shall see. Did anyone watch the Yoka performance? Okay, JD Boxing says Tony looked good. I thought so. He looked good. What else? Anyone say anything else about Tony Yoka? Jo says Tony was good and so was Jekko. You know what the worst thing about this is? I didn't even realize that I could watch the fight live. So I bought a Premiere app. I think it's the same app that I bought for Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. I was watching someone's watch along of the fight because I didn't realize I didn't want to get a stream because sometimes I can't stand getting streams. And then all of a sudden, that person mentioned Premiere, and I was like, wait a minute, I've got the Premiere app. So I started watching it. Didn't realize I could watch it live. So I missed the first couple of rounds. But then after I watched it all, Vlog Moment says, is this the same Yoka that had drug problems? Dude, if we're going to like question mark a fighter when they have drug problems, we might as well stop watching boxing. I've come to that conclusion now. We're going to like, oh, is it the same person that had drug problems? Then you're watching the wrong sport. The pound for pound best fighter in the world right now had drug problems. You know what I mean? Arguably the best heavyweight on the planet right now had drug problems. I mean, we can keep on going. It's the wrong sport to talk about people and drug problems. As much as it pisses me off, wrong sport. Benjamin Benson says Alan Babbage as an opponent for Yoka. Yoka would smoke Babbage, man. Smoke. Like literally, oh, nah. Calm down. Yoka would smoke him. Jake Jansen says, evening, mate. Hope you're keeping safe. I am. He wants to fight. Oh, shit. I've missed. Geez, they all just came in. I got so many questions coming. A lot. Jeez. Sorry, peeps. Like literally, it must have froze because then it went vroom. All right. So I saw something there. Blue Sky says he wants to fight Joe Joyce. Yeah, he does. But I think it's weird how Joe Joyce is now in front of him all of a sudden. Joe Joyce, obviously, with that Usyk fight, looks like it's going to be announced very soon. But Joe Joyce has spoken a lot about he wants a rematch with Yoka because of the Olympics. We'll see. Someone's asking about UFC 259. I am going to talk about it, I promise you. JD Boxing says, yeah, it was very precise punching from Yoka. Very precise. Not much wasted. Honestly, not much wasted. I mean, he looked like, that was a 12-round fight, was it? Was it 12 rounds or 10? A 12-round fight, yes, for the European title. He looked like he could have gone another 3 rounds. Honestly, looked really comfortable. And Jekko started to slow down, but I think there's something there with Jekko. I like him. Again, this is a guy that was a cruiserweight. Looked very, very big. I don't know how the hell he made cruiser. Avi Scholes says, Tony Yoka's next 5 fights. I'd like to see Tony Yoka in, and I said this, with a Charles Martin type next. Remember, this is a guy that has fought Christian Hamer, I think the fight before or 2 fights ago. So he's fought someone in and around sort of top 30, 40. I wouldn't mind seeing Charles Martin. And then we start to then creep a bit lower. But Charles Martin now, he's only had 10 fights. I mean, was that his 11th or 10th? It's 11 max anyway. So he's still learning the pro game, but I like Yoka a lot. Mark Barsley says, Yoka's been around for a while now. Need to step up, I reckon. Yeah, next fight, he needs to step up. There's no two ways about it. I mean, as much as I say Jekko was good, Jekko, no one knew Jekko. He needs to start having fights. I mean, yeah, he needs to start having fights. The problem is, don't know, they're going to have to pay maybe above the odds to get kind of a faded American over. Like someone said to me, what about a Carlos Takam? I don't know, man, that's a risky one. That's a risky one. Or maybe it's a risky one in my head because I'm thinking of the Carlos Takam that was over here and fought Joshua and fought Chisora. I don't know that Carlos Takam's still there. But maybe someone like a Carlos Takam. I mean, I think he's got enough to beat Carlos Takam. I really do. Someone saying here. Michael N says, Ade, didn't Yoka get popped? Oh, it's just gone. Where is it? Didn't Yoka get popped after the White Rhino fight? Or was that Ortiz? No, it was Yoka. He didn't get popped. So basically, Yoka missed free test. For me, cheated. If I'm being brutally honest. So he didn't get caught. He didn't fail a drug test. He just missed free test. It happened over here to the likes of Rio Ferdinand, done exactly the same thing. Got a ban for it for missing free test. And the 400-meter runner, Christina Huragu, same thing, missed free test. Yoka's that as well, missed free test. Now, make of that what you want. I know what that means to me, but there is no fail. There's no failure. It's just a case of you missed free test. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. What's this? Super chat here from Finbar White. It says, Evening Ade. Hope you're well. Glad life good for you. Greatly deserved. What you think of UFC fights? Nunes destroyed everyone. Maybe she needs to move sports. Yeah, it's all right, let's quickly. I don't mind having a chat about UFC. Hopefully, people don't mind me talking about UFC very quickly. Obviously, it was UFC 259 late last night. I stayed up to watch it. Maybe that's why I'm a bit tired. Israel Adesanya trying to go for a light heavyweight strap against Jan Blachowicz. Got beat. I know some people were saying Israel got robbed. Didn't get robbed. Got beat. Got beat. The scorecards were a bit too wide. A couple of the rounds were 10-8. Just got beat. John Jones would have killed him. There's been a lot of talk about Izzy versus John Jones, and I wanted to see what Izzy was like at light heavyweight. John Jones would have killed him. No joke. And this is the John Jones that for me is past his best. He would have beat him. So yeah, disappointing for Izzy. It's his first loss in MMA as well. He's gonna have to go back down to 185 and then work things out. Jan Blachowicz is no joke though, no joke whatsoever. But yeah, wasn't impressed with Izzy at all, if I'm honest with you. Big loss for the UFC as well, because obviously they're looking for the next star. With Conor kind of gone, Khabib pretty much retiring. The next star really was Izzy or a guy called Jorge Masvidal. But Izzy was that next one just because, he's a bit flash, a bit arrogant. So it's a big loss for them. But yeah, I wasn't impressed. But yeah, John Jones would have killed him. And I'm an Izzy fan because of the Nigerian link, but I'm a big John Jones fan as well. Yeah, it's crazy. What's everyone saying? Chin says, thoughts on Eddie Hearn. Guys, we're just getting all over the place, by the way, with this. I'm not trying to be anything like, no, normally I'm like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. We're just going to go like that, and see where we are. What's this I just saw? Chin says, thoughts on Eddie Hearn praising Jake Paul for his dedication to the sport. I don't know if that's true. I'm guessing it is. I don't think Chin would lie, but Jake Paul is very, very serious when it comes to boxing. I know people like mock him and laugh at him, and hey, maybe rightly so, right? I think I find him quite cringe, but then you watch his training videos. This guy's got hands, I don't care what anyone tells me. Jake Paul has got hands, and he clearly looks like he's got a bit of pop on those hands as well. But you just go on his Instagram, yeah. As much as he puts up his silly shit, 4 times, 5 times a week, this guy's training. This guy's training like he's a pro boxer. He's training better than most. Obviously, he's got a fight against Ben Askren coming up. But even between camps, he trains better than I see most fighters train. Maybe it's because he can afford the trainers and the facilities, etc., etc. But Jake Paul is taking these things serious. A few people are saying thank you to Karma. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Base the Kid says, Ada, you still need to WhatsApp me your address. I do. I certainly do. A few others saying thank you, Karma. That's nice of everyone. That's really nice. I've got the best interaction with, like, you guys there is, Jeez. Pound for Pound Boxing says, Ade, you need to share your masterclass skills with me. Dude, there is none. I just keep making videos and talking a lot of shit and drinking a lot of whiskey. So this is not even whiskey, rum. No masterclass. But honestly, if you need advice, and I know I think you want to set up a YouTube channel, right? Send me an email. We can talk. A lot of guys would tell you on here, I do call people. I do have chats with them. I'm happy to talk. All right, should we talk a bit about Claressa Shields? Claressa Shields is an interesting situation. Claressa Shields won yesterday against, what was her name again? Declare. Sorry, I'm going to get this wrong now. Sorry. Let me just make sure I get it right before. Who did she beat again? Marie-Eve. Is it Declare? Okay, yeah, Decare. Okay, Decare. Sorry. So that's what she did. She beat this Marie-Eve Decare. Now, that girl was unbeaten. This is the problem with female boxing right now. So that girl was unbeaten, and it was a big fight, right? Big fight, belts on the line. It was so easy. It was a shutout. 190 Literally, she won every round. And like, the rounds weren't even competitive. I don't know what she does. Like, maybe there's a part of me that's like, okay, she needs to make a statement and get the knockout. Maybe that's what she needs to do. But that's her against an unbeaten. I think the girl at the time was 16 or 17-0, and she won it by shutout. I mean, the depth just not there in female boxing, is it? The only fight that's left for her to have that I do think will cause her some problems, by the way, is Savannah Marshall. That's it. Savannah Marshall fight at middleweight, and then just again, just hopefully she's made enough money to chill out for about a year and then go and do the MMA thing. There's nothing here for her. And even in MMA, look, to be fair, there'll be a lot for her in MMA because she doesn't have no ground game. There'll be a lot of fights. There are a lot of organizations now. But in boxing, for me, it's just one more fight left, then literally retire. She's unified now in two weight divisions. She's won belts at super middleweight. She's a double Olympic gold champion. She's a double world champion. Just call it quits, man. Call it quits. Quinn Forty's asking me a question, a different one here. I saw a few videos on Conor Ben's channel. You're right, it's not bad. But that implant beard, yeah, the implant beard is a bit strange. But yeah, Conor Ben's YouTube channel is really, really good. I don't know if you guys watch it. I really like it. I just like the fact that it takes you behind the scenes. I like the fact that we've got a boxer that's trying to promote himself. And I've always been big on this. Promote yourself, make videos, put yourself out there, and Conor's doing that. How many boxers have YouTube channels? Not enough as far as I'm concerned. And I think it's good that Conor's doing that. So yeah, I'm really calling it. I just want to quickly, there's a couple of questions coming in about other stuff. I just want to quickly read them, but I do want to answer questions on Claressa Shields. Mohammed Ahmed says, Ade, thoughts on Prograis and Tank beefing on Twitter? Dude, I'm far too grown to talk about Twitter beef. Far too grown. How many fights? Okay, to answer your question, brother, how many fights have been made on Twitter? How many? Shall I tell you? Zero. Fights don't get made on Twitter. So I'm done hearing about these beef. Like Prograis is not going to fight Gervonta Davis. They can do all that beef they want. They're not going to fight. I've seen so many, like Vasil Lomachenko. Like the other day, Devin Haney called out Loma on Twitter. Loma responded, says, I don't do things on Twitter. 24 hours later, it was kind of announced that Devin Haney's going to fight Jorge Linares. So what's the point? Yeah, we don't do that. Twitter beef is dead, man. All right. Pound for Pound Boxing says you dropped me an email. Well done. All right. So much stuff coming on Claressa. What's this? Oh, everyone's pronouncing my name. Declare. Okay. Oh, Ben Odom's in the building, says, super chat from Ben. Thank you, Ben. Honestly, much appreciated, brother. Says, Ade, if you had to be promoted by any promoter in history, who would that person be? Ooh, good question. Good question. To me, it's only two. It's only two right now. And I'm not, no, actually, three names. Don King, innit? I grew up and Don King was the promoter. When I was a kid and my dad was watching boxing with me, Don King was that guy. Like, he was that guy, literally, with the fucking hair. And I was like, he had everyone. So Don King was just larger than life. So I remember Don King, even though he's clearly robbed everyone, Don King was that guy. I've got to mention Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn could sell sand to the Arabs. This is gold-plated, diamond-encrusted sand. He just has that way. But I tell you who I think is a really good promoter, not even from boxing, Dana White. Dana White is so good. He's so good at promoting. I mean, Dana White made people think that Ronda Rousey could fight men. Dana White said Ronda Rousey could fight men. I remember it. Like, I mean, come on. The people are like, yeah, Ronda Rousey should be in there with a man. People were literally saying Ronda Rousey should be in there with a man because of Dana White. Dana White's a great promoter. I mean, he's a great promoter. So I'm gonna say Dana White. I'm gonna say Dana White, honestly. All right, what we got here? Dark Side Rum Punch. Yeah, I can't lie to you. Dark Side Rum Punch. They sent me some of their rum. Beautiful. You know what I like about their rum as well? Like, with just ice. Just have it with ice. So go and check it out. Dark Side Rum Punch, really good stuff. Shields looked more polished, to be honest, but very easy for her. Yeah, Shields looked very calm. Like normally, to be fair, she was trying to go for the knockout a couple of times when she realized that our opponent had nothing, but she looked very calm and just very composed. Honestly, I do like her, but she needs to go to MMA. Again, that one fight with Savannah Marshall, and that's it. Savannah Marshall's got a world title now at middleweight, so Claressa would happily go up to 160. Let's get it on. Let's just get that fight on. Someone saying Savannah beat her in the amateurs. Carissa's only lost. Yeah. Not only that, but you know what Savannah's got? Savannah's got punch power. Savannah can hit hard. She's a big girl, by the way. Savannah, I'm 5'11". Savannah's my height. I've interviewed her. She came to the TalkSport 2 studios, and I was like, geez, you're a big girl. Like, how the fuck are you making middleweight? She's a big, big girl who can dig. So I want to see that fight. That'll be the one. Muzzy Moyo says, Claressa is the GOAT. Had she been British, should be a much bigger star than she is. Don't know. I mean, yeah, well, you know what? I'm about to say, there is Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor, is over here. And she's not necessarily a huge star. But I do think Claressa brings more because Claressa talks. Eddie would love to be able to promote someone like Claressa that talks and who sells a fight, who doesn't mind being brash and out there. Katie Taylor is very reserved. So Katie Taylor can do it in the ring, but out of the ring, she's quite difficult to try and promote, whereas Claressa definitely would be a lot easier, wouldn't she? Usman Mahmood says Katie Taylor is number one. Yeah. Blue Sky says Shields versus Marshall has to happen. What else we got? Benjamin Benson says Claressa Shields have beaten Layla Ali and Ann Wolf. Claressa Shields is a better boxer than Layla Ali. I mean, I'm obviously the Ali thing, I get it, but Claressa Shields is a double Olympic gold medalist. She's two-time world champion, unified in 2 divisions, unbeaten, a freeweight world champion. Claressa Shields is the real deal. Ann Wolf fought heavy a couple of times. Or no, might have been light heavy. Ann Wolf a bit too big, basically. Ann Wolf got power as well. So I don't know about Ann Wolf, but yeah, man, Claressa Shields is legit. Legit. Someone saying Claressa needs to fight Savannah Marshall. Karma Serene saying Baller Ben in the building. Honestly, it is Baller Ben. HB says Ben Odom, are you hiring? Yeah, I'm looking for a job as well, Ben. You want to hire me? I'm good. Oh shit. Damn, what's going on? This thing's moving too quick. So many questions have come in, it's a madness. I don't know if I've read a couple of these super chats. I do apologize. All right, let me see if I can. Sorry, guys. There's so many questions coming in. Jesus. Base the Kid says, Estelle Yoka. Have you guys seen Tony Yoka's wife? Jeez. Damn. Yeah, and she's a boxer as well. Boxer. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. Another one from Base the Kid says, you'll never walk alone when you're not talking football. We're not even going there with the football stuff. Someone says Don King rat. Yeah, look, you know what it is? All promoters are dodgy, by the way. I mean, don't get me wrong, Don King is like the dodgiest, but all promoters are dodgy. All promoters. So yeah, look, don't get me wrong, someone saying Higgins. Yeah. Higgins was all right. King is robbing you. No, he's not robbing you. He's robbing you if you don't know what you're doing. Like if you're just seeing contracts and you're not getting a lawyer to look at those contracts and read the contracts. I feel like some people are just signing on the dotted line. Silly. King's taking advantage of you. If you are a bit dumb, I feel bad saying that, but he's taking advantage of the situation. Like, if you're signing silly contracts, then he's taking advantage of you. Look at Bob Arum. Look at what Teofimo Lopez is going through with Bob Arum. Look what Mikey Garcia went through with Bob Arum. Look, so many fighters have gone through issues. Bernard Hopkins has gone through. Andre Ward. If you're not smart, you've got to look at the contracts you're signing. If not, all of these promoters are going to take advantage of you. So I'm just asking what promoter can get me there and promote me well. But in terms of money, they're all fucking dodgy. All dodgy. Maybe Al Heyman seems to be the only one where I haven't seen a fighter complain yet. And to be fair, I've not seen a fighter complain about Eddie either when it comes to money and contracts. So it looks like Matchroom stick to their ways, and so does Al. Anyone else? We've seen tons of complaints. Someone said Mick Hennessy. Mick in a blood. Mick Shades of Ali. That was fantastic. Karma Serene says, do you remember when Ronda Rousey said she could knock out Floyd? Do you remember that? I don't know if you guys remember. Ronda Rousey said she could knock out Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. But I can't lie, I was on the hype train as well. I can't lie to you. Ronda Rousey was just arm barring people and breaking their arms. I was like, this girl can fuck up. This girl can fuck up on nigga. Like, you know. But she can't. She can't at all. The way in which she handles defeat is bad. It's bad, bad, bad. Someone said, HP says Amanda Nunes, this is in the UFC, could fight men. I mean, whoever batters Cyborg like that, you know what? Amanda Nunes could hurt a man, you know. I'm sorry, I know we've gone here before. I know it's silly. Amanda Nunes could fight a man. I'm telling you now. That girl has something in her hands that ain't normal. She hits you, you stay hurt. That's the fight they're trying to do in it. They're trying to do Amanda Nunes versus Claressa Shields. Now, there was a lot of talk about that fight in boxing, and there's been a lot of talk about it in MMA. It makes more sense in boxing because clearly Amanda Nunes will just take Claressa Shields down and finish her. But the idea is Claressa Shields, again, gets good for a year and a half, makes her way to the UFC, then it's a huge fight in the UFC. That's what they're trying to do. That's the plan. Claressa Shields versus Amanda Nunes. Arguably the GOAT in female boxing and the GOAT in MMA. That's what they're trying to do. Ashton Allmon says, big up Ade, Ryan, and Majuris Chesterfields. Old school YouTube, if you know, you know. Wow. That's an old school fucking message, that, you know, blood. Ashton Allman, salute you. Salute you. Barry Anderson's not a question, but love the radio show. Such a good listen. Thank you, Barry. You know what? I can't lie to you. I was on the radio today and it just wasn't, I just didn't click today. I was making a couple of mistakes and I was like, oh man, just messed up today. And it really sticks with you. You make a mistake and it's live. It's so hard. It's live and it just stuck with me, but it is what it is. Jake Jansen says, Ade, why do all the Sky pundits or former fighters pretend they don't know the Paul brothers? Yet half of them did interviews and involved in a KSI and Paul fight. I don't know. Do they? The person that actually set up this whole YouTube boxing thing, Spencer Oliver. Don't know if you guys know, but Spencer Oliver was the one that put on the first YouTube boxing fight. So that one, was it in Manchester? I think that was Spencer Oliver, by the way. He's the one that did that. So, I mean, look, they certainly know about it. And obviously Spencer Oliver works closely with Sky. They all know about it. Ben Square says, I heard that Parker's linking up with Ben Davison. Have you heard anything? I heard that he's going to stay in New Zealand and stick with the City kickboxing team. So that's the team that is with Israel Adesanya. I don't know what boxing man's in that team, but that's what I heard. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Emmett Oliver says, why doesn't Hearn and AJ and 258 management or whatever they're called sign the deal? You know what, can I be honest with you? With regards to who signed it, I don't know what's going on. I've absolutely no idea what's happening. And anyone that says they do know what's happening, unless they're in the camp or real close to the situation, is lying. No one knows. Eddie Hearn says he's sent the deal over to the Furies and to whoever else is involved. So MTK, Bob Arum, Frank. Them guys are saying that, no, we've sent the deal to Eddie and AJ. Who knows? Like, who actually writes the deal? Because it sounds like they write a deal, they write it. Who's in charge of this shit? Don't know what's going on. Like, again, I have no idea. Finbar White says, who should Katie Taylor fight next? Serrano. She should fight Serrano, who she was supposed to fight before she fought that Greek girl. Don't know if you guys remember that. I think it was around November or something. Let me. When did she fight that Greek girl? So I'm just bringing up her record quickly. So okay, so yeah, November. I got it right. Christina Linardato. Don't know if you guys remember that. That's She was supposed to fight Serrano then. They couldn't agree contract. Do you remember all that business? She ended up fighting the Greek girl, then Delphine Pursoon, which was a tough fight for her again. And then this Miriam Gutierrez. She should fight Amanda Serrano. That's who she should be fighting next. No questions asked. GT says Savannah Marshall beats Claressa Shields. No British bias. Well, there clearly is British bias there because Claressa Shields is unbeaten, and whoever she's fought, she's kind of handled just like that. So there must be British bias because Claressa Shields is by far, I mean, I know I like Katie Taylor, but Claressa Shields is by far the best female fighter out there. By far. Like Katie Taylor Katie Taylor arguably lost the first fight against Delphine Pursoon. The other one that everyone was super excited about, I was high about, was Cecilia Brackus. She lost to McCaskill. Claressa Shields hasn't even been close to losing. I know she got put down in the fight, though, if I remember quite rightly, ages ago, about 2 years ago. Got up and beat the girl up. Claressa Shields is so far in front of everyone, it's scary for me. Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. I like that name. I like that name a lot. Women's boxing is a generation behind still. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there, but I agree with you. When we say generation, what do you mean? In 5, 10 years? I think it's about 5 years. I think in 5 years' time, we're going to see a lot of good boxing, a lot of good female boxing. I will say this, though. There's a lot of females that stop after amateur. A lot of females choose to go on and have kids, get normal jobs because the money isn't there in boxing. So they need to see that the money's there and then they'll stay. A lot of females decide not to fight anymore. I mean, if you watch the amateurs, like I remember going over to the Copper Box, which is just literally over there, and I was covering the Olympic qualifiers for Sky Sports. Loads of female boxers over there. And I'm like, and not just, I mean, good female boxers, but then they just stop. They literally just stop. For example, Delphine Pursoon, who we saw cause Katie Taylor so many problems, she got beat. She got beat over there. Ivana Habzin, who fought Claressa Shields for a world title, she was over there. She had a tough fight. So imagine, so we're talking a girl that caused arguably one of the greatest female fighters we've ever seen problems, getting beat in the amateurs, and Ivana Habzin, who just fought Claressa Shields, I think she either got beat or, yeah, she got beat. She got beat. So there are good girls over there, good girls as amateurs, they just don't cross over. Don't cross over. Super chat here from Jake Jansen. Says, with British fighters that have been beaten badly in the last 3 months, all saying what went wrong, maybe nothing. Maybe they just ain't at the level. Yeah, maybe. I think we've got to look at, apart from Josh Warrington was bad, because that one came as like, what's going on? I thought Josh Kelly would get beat, so that didn't surprise me. And I thought Callum Smith would get beaten by Canelo. So in terms of the ones that have stepped up, those aren't surprising results. It's the ones where it's kind of like, where the away fight is the underdog, which is surprising. Like Josh Warrington, that's surprising. But the other ones like Josh Kelly and Callum Smith, I mean, Josh Kelly got beat by Avanesian, great fighter, and Callum Smith got beat by the pound for pound #1 in the world. Do you know what I mean? So it's not too bad. Base the Kid says Claressa Shields isn't so far in front of the pack. She fights in divisions where talent is scarce. If she was 118 to 140, she'd have lost by now. No pop, but good boxer. No pop, but good boxer. We'll see when she fights Savannah Marshall. All right. Then we'll see. But I know what he means, because just in general, like when you think of females in general, like I think like there's more human beings. This is going to sound strange. There are more male humans on this planet that are at kind of that would make the middleweight limit than there is any other weight limit. And I do think with female boxing, there are more females and then more females that are turned into boxing that will be kind of like what Base the Kid is saying, between 118 and 135. Like, so Claressa Shields is fighting, I think, almost the worst of it, if that makes any sense. Like, did you watch? I don't know if you guys watched this. There was a heavyweight fight also on the same card. Did you watch it? Disastrous. Disastrous. You think it's bad now? Go and watch the heavyweight fight. So there needs to be a lot done when it comes to female boxing. A lot done. But I actually understand what Base is saying. I think I just said it wrong, but I actually understand what he's saying. I'm enjoying this today, by the way. This is taking my mind off Liverpool. So I was going to say we're going for a bit longer. Let's keep going. 320 of you watching. If you could smash that like button for me, please. I have no idea what smashing the like button means, but supposedly it does something to the channel. I don't know. All right, let's see what we got here. Alan Taylor says Josh Taylor versus Ramirez. That's a fight of the year candidate for me. Gutted it's not in Glasgow with a crowd of mad Scotsmen. Yeah, it's a massive, massive shame. It is a big shame, actually, that it's not in the UK or in Scotland. But yeah, it's a great fight, right? It's a unification fight. All the marbles, all of them, WBC, WBA, WBO, IBF, Ring Magazine, everything's on the table. And for Americans, I guess, no pay-per-view as well. So it's not a pay-per-view fight. And I mean, I don't know what makes a pay-per-view fight nowadays. I guess it's like you're how famous you are outside of the world of boxing, because that's a pay-per-view fucking fight, man. But hey, look, it's a great fight. I'm going to edge towards Josh Taylor. I think Josh Taylor is the better of the two. I think Josh Taylor has fought the better opposition coming through. I just think Josh Taylor is legit, but Ramirez is going to give him some hard work. Sean Young says, what do you think Chris Eubank realistically can do under this new promotional deal? Do you think he can go any further now? See, the thing about him being under the Sauerlands is that the Sauerlands actually have a working relationship with everyone. So as much as people say, like, he's not with a promoter that's going to get him the jobs, the Sauerlands are happy to work with everyone. So they work with Matchroom. We've seen them work with Frank. They can go to America and work with Top Rank and PBC. So he can still get the fights. There's been a lot of talk about him. Like, we've seen the Sauerlands with Matchroom, for example. They've worked well with each other. And Eddie Hearn has even recently said that he wants to do the Chisora Joseph Parker fight, and he wants Chris Eubank to be on the undercard. So he can still get the fights. I don't know who Chris Eubank Jr. is going to fight on the undercard. There has been some sort of whispers about John Ryder. There was talk about that fight before. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what can happen. We'll see what can happen. Quinn40 with a big super chat says, random question. What happened to that new intro you had a few months ago? And I saw an IFL video the other day, Coogan and Billy Joe. Apparently, all Billy Joe wants is fair judging. He looked quietly confident. Okay, the intro I had a few months ago got copyrighted. So someone done it. It was actually a subscriber. So one of you guys actually did it, and I loved it. I actually love it, but I got copyrighted and I had to take it down, which is a shame because I really, really loved it. With regards to Billy Joe, hey, Billy Joe should be confident. Billy Joe is an unbeaten 2-weight world champion. If you can't be confident when you're an unbeaten 2-weight world champion, I don't know when you can be confident. Honestly, I don't know when you can be confident. I just hope that Billy Joe has the gas tank for 12 rounds with Canelo, because I think it's fair to say he's not knocking Canelo out. So let's just see what he can do. 12 rounds, we'll see. Pound for Pound Boxing says, Clarissa's style doesn't get the casuals. Yeah. What we got here? Andrew Campbell says, Katie Taylor versus Tasha Jonas being announced this week. Makes sense. I could see how you could sell it a little bit. Again, I would prefer Serrano. I'm actually speaking to Tasha Jonas tomorrow on my show on TalkSport 2 between 1 and 5. Tomorrow being International Women's Day. I'm speaking to Tasha Jonas. So I will ask her that question. To make sure you tune in, TalkSport 2. Well, they're obviously going to say that she won her last fight. This is Tasha Jonas I'm talking about, by the way. Yeah, we'll see. It's a good fight. I don't mind it. I'm not super keen on it, but I don't mind it. I would rather see Serrano personally. We'll see. MK123 says, does boxing have its own Amanda Nunes? I can't see one yet. No, no. There is. I don't. Look, there's smaller gloves in UFC, but I don't think there's a female boxer right now between one whatever and one whatever that hits as hard as Amanda Nunes. That girl can fucking crack. The way she cracked Cyborg, and I don't know if you guys know Cyborg. Cyborg was a woman that was running through everyone. Cyborg was like just the most feared fucking woman fighter probably of all time. The way she cracked her, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. So no, there is no one in boxing that is like Amanda Nunes. No one that hits like that anyway. 2 seconds. Someone saying that it'll be pay-per-view for us. Sadly, it won't be. I don't think BT. Is he with BT Sports? These fights. Yeah, BT Sports are not putting on Ramirez versus Taylor pay-per-view at 3 in the morning. I'll be shocked if they do that. I'll be very, very shocked if they do that. Hopefully, they don't. Curtis Harvey says Ramirez is legit. I think he takes it, and he wants to fight Tio after. I don't know. Not quite sure if he take. Well, look, we'll see. Let's go fight. 2 unbeaten guys. We'll see. Pound for pound boxing says Ryder could beat Eubank potentially. Yeah, he could. Nothing would shock me. Nothing would shock me about Eubank. Matt says just watch this at 2.0 times the speed just to catch up. What's up, Ade? What's up, Matt? Thank you for joining the chat, brother. Thank you. Thank you for everyone that's joining it. I'm doing. All you guys know, Boxing Social, Rob Tebbett. I'm doing their podcast on Tuesday, which should be fun. Look forward to it. So make sure you stay tuned for that one as well. Ron Ellis says, "What's good, bro? What's good, bro? What's good indeed?" Will Stokes says, "I would prefer Taylor Serrano and Jonas Harper too." Yeah, same here. Like I actually thought Jonas beat Harper, but I'd prefer to see that be run again and let Taylor fight Serrano. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I think there's an issue with money there. I mean, I remember Serrano started tweeting some stuff about finances, so maybe there's something going on there. Oh shit, I just missed some questions. See, this is to the guy that says I don't read out questions apart from super chats. You cheeky motherfucker. Dean Bastone says Billy Joe Saunders won't have the gas tank when them body shots land at a. Yeah, he's hoping that them body shots don't land. That's what he's hoping. If them body shots land, he could get folded quickly. But we'll see. We'll see. GG says, Ade, your thoughts on Al Siesta? Great guy. When I was in Saudi Arabia for the AJ Ruiz fight, he was there. Never met him before in my life. He spoke to me like he knew me for years, like a proper like. Ade, it was honestly not a bad word to say about Al Siesta. Great guy. Honestly, I've not watched a podcast with him and Rob Tebbett on Boxing Social. I'm going to watch it tonight. But yeah, great guy. Finbar White says, which fighter can you see at the moment beating Canelo? At 160 to 168, no one, but I do want to see Benavidez versus Canelo. Like, if Benavidez had a belt, it would be Benavidez rather than Caleb Plant for me. But obviously, Caleb Plant's got the belt, so he wants to clear up, so it's going to be Caleb Plant. But I want to see Benavidez. I think Benavidez has got it. Cockney68 says, morning from Oz, fella. Got you on the big screen at work. Hey! I love things like that. Someone sent me it the other day. Boxing Science, who actually helped Terry Harper with her strength and conditioning. They sent me something the other day where I was on the big screen in their gym. That is so strange. I love that. I love that. 2 seconds. Mark D, super chat, but just a peace sign. Peace, Mark. Thank you, bro. CRB one's in the building. Hey, here we go. Let me guess. AJ, yeah, it's CRB says, "What's up, fellas? AJ Fury not happening." We'll see. We'll see, my man. We shall see. Alan Taylor says, Bob says it will be time to be on around 1 in the morning in an interview. If Taylor Ramirez is on at 1, you know I'm doing a live watch along for that one. You know I am. 110%. Abdi Moose says, big up, Ade. Big up, Abdi. Big up. W. Thornton says, tell Rob to get his pod on audio players as well as YouTube. I want to listen walking the dog, but he's inconsistent with uploads. I'll tell him. I'll tell him. What we got here? Mix Master Dodger says, Taylor talking about Crawford next. He needs to focus on the task at hand. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. You know what the problem is? Like I've seen Taylor talk about Crawford, and it's people that have asked questions. People have gone up to him and said, do you want Crawford next? And he's like, just said, yeah. I mean, like, it's difficult. People asking the questions, but look, I agree. I remember when I asked AJ about Wilder Fury. This is in the lead up to the Ruiz 2 fight. And he was like, boom, not answering any questions about Wilder Fury until I get the job done. So maybe Taylor needs to kind of adopt that. Get the job done first, because it's not easy work. But then after that, he should be thinking about Crawford. Yeah. And I guess, look, if Taylor can get the job done, obviously in America against Ramirez, who's got a bit of a following, then it kind of sells, it makes the fight a bit bigger against Crawford. Like right now, Crawford's going to be thinking, Josh Taylor brings not much to the ring. Like, he's not a name over here. What does he bring? If he can do a number on Ramirez, then it sells the fight. Then Crawford might stay at 147, because there's a lot of talk about Crawford going to 154 pounds. A lot of talk. What we got here? Someone asked me, I saw a question. Okay, yeah, Lee King Anos. Boy, that drink is strong, huh? Povetkin White, 2 predictions. Difficult one, man. I'm going for White. I mean, White was doing okay, right? Early. I mean, White's gas tank concerns me a lot. The only time I've seen White have a good gas tank was against Chisora 2. I thought he boxed really well against Chisora 2 on the ropes. And Chisora brings it. But I thought White looked okay. Most times when I see White, I'm a bit concerned. I remember watching him back in the day against Hellenius. Hellenius big, don't get me wrong, but he looked a bit there. Joseph Parker hanging on. Who was that kid he fought again? What's that guy? Sorry, my mind's gone a bit blank. This is recent as well, by the way. Geez, I should remember this. Oscar Rivas. Apologies. That's what I meant. Oscar Rivas. Kind of hanging on a bit against Oscar Rivas. I just want him to fix his gas tank. If he can fix his gas tank, then I think he'll be okay. Obviously, he knows now to expect the uppercut. So I'm going for White to win. I think White will get the job done. All right, guys, if you can, please smash the like button, people. For some reason, it helps. Big Matthews. Oh, shit, it's gone. Someone said, Ade, stop with the female boxing talk. Who said that? Superintendent Chalmers. It's boxing, bruh. Come on, man. It's boxing. We want it to grow. I want to be excited about female boxing as I am about female MMA. That's what it is for me. That's all it is, if I'm honest with you. What we got? 2 secs. Big Matthew says, Ade, that woman's boxing card was a joke. Did you see the heavyweight opponent who looked like a 6-year-old lady they found in the street? Until we get 3-minute rounds on the same size glove. Yeah, it doesn't help. Honestly, I watched it. It doesn't help. That's what I just said about 10 minutes ago as well. That heavyweight fight, oh my God. It's bad. It's a bad advert for the sport. They need to work on it. And this is maybe how UFC have maybe got it right. And what I mean by that, and I hate to always talk about UFC, that UFC only have 3 female weight divisions. 3. 120, no, wait. 4 now, actually. 115, 125, 135, 145. So they have 4. Whereas there's 8 in the males. They're not trying to do 8 when they know they don't have 8's worth division of fighters, if that makes any sense. They're like, okay, we need to stick to 4. And even 4, it was 3 up until very recent. Even the 4, they're like, 145 is a bit scratchy because there's not enough talent. So they're talking about scrapping the 145. Boxing, for some reason, thinks it needs all the divisions. there's not enough talent for all the divisions. Sometimes, like, I don't know, it's almost like I don't want to force females into weight categories they're not comfortable with, but if there's not enough talent for a division, maybe we scrap that division until there is. Again, UFC only have 4 divisions. And bear in mind, there's 8 divisions for the males. But they're like, there's just not enough talent. Why make a heavyweight division when there's just not enough heavyweight fighters and then the product looks shit? Because I was watching that heavyweight fight yesterday, and this isn't disrespectful to the winner. The winner looked good. She looked all right. Her opponent looked disgraceful. Like, why are you here? Why are you fighting? So and I'm sure it was for a WBC silver heavyweight title or something like that. It was poor. It was poor. What we got? E-Machines 34 says, a woman's boxing is a bad advert for the sport. Yeah, you're right. It's not looking good. No. You're not right. You're not right. Certain women divisions are a bad advert. Certain other, I mean, don't tell me Katie Taylor versus Delphine Pursoon is a bad advert for the sport. That was a great fight. That was a great fight, mate. So, yeah. What we got here? 2 secs. Finbar White here says on a super chat, which 3 fights would you like to see on the Fury AJ undercard? I don't know. That's a good question. Because all the fights that I wanted to see, like I wanted to see Josh Kinney, Conor Ben. Done. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing Hrgovic versus Hunter on the undercard. I mean, wouldn't mind seeing that one at all. I'm talking realistic ones as well, by the way. There's no point me saying things like Crawford Spence. So Hrgovic versus Hrgovic Hunter on undercard would be good. I don't know where Callum Smith is right now in the arm injury we saw, but Callum Smith versus Eubank Jr., both of them, especially if Callum Smith, wants to stay at 168, wouldn't mind seeing that. And then there's a lot of rumors about Anthony Yarde to Matchroom. Give us Anthony Yarde Boazzi. Why can't you give us that? Yeah. Benjamin Benson says, Ade, would you rate Josh Taylor as our best ever 140 pounder if he beats Ramirez? Yeah. 100%. I mean, he eclipses what Amir Khan did at 140 pounds. I mean, he's unified the division, unified it. And again, you look at who he's fighting. I mean, how many unbeaten fighters is he beaten on the way to that as well? It's incredible. It's actually incredible what he's been doing. And you think he's only had, am I right in thinking he's only like 15, 16 fights? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, so he's had 17 fights. And I mean, you look at who he's fought. Like, say what you want about Ohara Davis. Like, I remember that fight, and some people were saying it's a 50-50 fight. I certainly wasn't. But Ohara Davis was unbeaten. Victor Postal had 1 defeat. Ryan Martin was unbeaten. Baranchik was unbeaten. Regis Prograis was unbeaten. Even his kid he fought recently, who wasn't very good, Kong Song unbeaten. Ramirez unbeaten. I mean, he ain't no joke. He ain't no joke, man. Big Matthew says, Claressa Shields had very little interest. What do you expect her pay-per-view numbers to be? Do you think they'll ever be revealed? Probably not. Probably not, if I'm honest with you. Look, it is what it is, man. It's difficult. Obviously, networks no longer are interested. I mean, Claressa Shields has always fought on Showtime, right? Or recently, anyway. And they had no interest. So she's got to chuck on. She doesn't want to. That fight wasn't supposed to be on pay-per-view. I think some people said, some people were laughing that it was on pay-per-view. Because the networks weren't interested. The networks weren't interested in paying her to put it on Showtime. So it had to go on pay-per-view. That's what it is. So they rolled the dice with it. I don't know if it's going to make its money, but they rolled the dice with it. It probably won't have sold more than 50,000 pay-per-view buys. But as much as people laugh at that, let's not forget, Terence Crawford versus Victor Postal only done 57,000. You know what I mean? So let's not laugh at a female fight. Some men fights are awful numbers as well. Awful numbers. Like, what did Thingy didn't do too well either? Andre Ward versus Kovalev. Wasn't great pay-per-view numbers. Let me see if I can find those pay-per-view numbers quickly. I remember thinking, that's poor. 130,000 buys. Andre Ward versus Kovalev. This is number 2, by the way. I don't know about number 1. I think, okay, the first one, I think, done 160. The second one, 130. So there's some men events that are not doing too well either. Ishmael Johnston says, do you think Chocolatito will beat the best heavyweight female boxer? Oh, come on, stop this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this men versus women in boxing thing. I mean, come on. Quinn 40 says, super chat here says, end of month is Stipe versus Ngannou. I expect Stipe to win, but I found out Ngannou has been training with Teddy Atlas. How much can he really learn? Ngannou's problem isn't box. I mean, obviously his boxing ability is awful. His problem is getting taken down. I mean, Stipe is going to just take him down and wear him out again. I think Stipe is going to beat him again, if I'm honest with you. Chris says the undercard is supposed to be Top Rank versus Matchroom. No. There's been some talk about that, but we'll see. We'll see if that happens. A lot of people were actually saying it was BT Sports', so Frank's versus Matchroom. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the reason why it's stalled a lot. Pound for pound boxing says people sleep on Stipe. Yeah, they are. Greatest UFC heavyweight of all time, and they're still sleeping on him. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't like. I want Ngannou to win, but the way people sleep on Stipe is crazy. Hyder Rudder has given us what he wants in the fight card. It says Bivol versus Beterbiev, Callum Smith versus Boatzy, Yard versus Arthur, Callum Johnson versus Craig Richards. Take my money. Yeah, it's a good fight card. That's good. IA says, got a feeling that Hearn is pissed off Arum with Lopez. He's referring to the fact that Eddie Hearn bidded on that Teofimo Lopez versus Cambosos fight. So yeah, Bob's done the same thing over here. Bob's just a moany old man. Bob's done everything that Eddie's doing, Bob did. Bob's just a moany old man. John Cahill says, Ade, do you think Eddie will leave Sky at the end of the deal later this year? Nope, no way. I think Eddie's still going to do what he does with DAZN, and they're going to be doing his fights in America, and he's still going to do Sky, and Sky are going to cover the fights over here. And when they go to Italy and France, Eddie's going to eat as much money from everywhere as possible. Why would you not take Sky money right now? Just take it. It's there. He's all right. Reese Morgan says, I got your hoodie on, Ade. Top man, Reese. Top man, brother. We got another 5 minutes. I got to get ready for tomorrow. Got to do my research. 786 Naf says, Ade, your thoughts on Islam Makhachev? Believe he will be lightweight champion by next year. Yes, he will. Don't know if you guys saw him, but this guy is Khabib 2.0. Go and check it out. I think he was like fourth fight from the top. This guy literally looks like a bull. Just looks like he can fuck motherfuckers up. I'm not even joking. Good fight. All right, last 5 minutes, people. Just as I'm doing this, if you could always do me a favor, please. If you could smash the like button. If you've not subscribed, can you subscribe, please? Conrad Boxing says, do you think it would be a good thing for boxing if we had more free agents? No. Good thing for the fighters, because the fighters can then go to the highest bidder. Bad thing for us in terms of the fights actually happening. Ideally, again, what you want is a UFC-like situation where all the fighters are under one promotional banner and we just see them fight. Now, the thing about the UFC is that those guys aren't getting paid big money. But as a viewer, that doesn't bother us because we get to see the good fights. If they were all free agents, then they'd just be going all over the place to the highest bidder, and we're not going to see anything. We're not going to see any fights. So, no, I actually don't think it'll be a good thing. Lee says, Ada, you can do your research while you do the live stream. Hyder Rada says, thoughts on Tank to 140. Tank's small for 135. So 140, I mean, good luck. Good luck, man. Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, look, there's that issue with Pro Grey, the Twitter beef. We're not going to really get into it, but we'll see. What's this? Stephen Tokley says, have you seen Dan Hardy has been sacked by the UFC and BT Sport? What? No way. Let me Google that right now. No way has Dan Hardy. Oh, shit, he has. Dan Hardy fired by UFC. 1 second. 1 second. This is madness. I need to. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay, my God, you're right. I've just gone into his Twitter page, and Dan Hardy has said this. Thank you for the kind words and support. I'm doing just fine, and I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be breaking fights down on my channel and elsewhere. Elsewhere probably meaning Bellator. I'm here in service of MMA, and sometimes that puts you on the other side of the line. I'm fine with that. Holy shit. Damn. Man. Kevin Fuentes says, is this a boxing or UFC chat? Dude, it's a Sunday night chat. Dude, it's a Sunday night chat. That's all it is. I mean, come on. Come on. Finbar White, last couple of questions, peeps. Says, do we need less belts in boxing? I do. Makes belts more important. Yeah. Yeah, we need less belts, let's be honest. Boxing's for the shit, man. I mean, you got Trevor Bryan and fucking Manuel Charr fighting for the right to fight the winner of AJ Fury. If that doesn't tell you need less belts, then I don't know what is. What else we got here? Ade, would Benavidez beat Canelo? Don't know. Who knows, right? I mean, how do people know? Someone says, what is Dan Hardy's boxing equivalent? Someone that says whatever the Paulie Malignaggi is Dan Hardy's boxing equivalent. And obviously Paulie's not in the business right now, is it? 2 secs. All right, guys, we are done. Just before we go though, 172 likes. Can we get to 200? Am I asking too much? Can you help a brother out before we leave the building? It's not been the longest one, but it is pretty late. It's been a long day. Karma Serene, bye guys. Again, Karma Serene sent me this for my birthday. I'm going to be 40 soon, and Karma Serene sent me this wonderful bottle of Talisker. I was going to crack it. I'm so tempted to crack it open, but I am going to leave it until my birthday. I actually wanted to go away on my birthday. I want to get out of this bloody country, but we're locked in. So we're stuck here. Oh, 184. Come on, 200. 184. We're close. Cheers for the banter, Ade. Do not worry about 40. It's not sore. I don't know. It's old. 40 is really old, man. Ooh. Ade, what do you want for your birthday? Liverpool to win a football match? Richard Loftus says, I love you, Ade. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate it. Love the Sunday night highlights. It's pound for pound boxing. Yeah, it's just a bit of fun, innit? Just a bit of fun. Little Noosh 40, bloody hell, you're an old man. I know. Thank you, though. Thanks for hurting my feelings. Thank you. Conrad Boxing says, check the latest post at Chizora's Instagram if you want a good laugh. I'm going to have to check it out, you know. Desti says, I'm 50. Jeez. I don't want to think. GT says 40, but I'm not a wrinkle on the dome. You know what it is? It's my mum. It's not even me. I can't even take credit for it. My mum. I was actually looking at my mum the other day. I was like, geez, no wonder I look all right. And when I shave this shit off, I look a lot younger. My mum looks really young. That's what it is. Karma Serene says, I love you, Eddie. No, Karma, I love you. You know, it's not even for this, you know, Karma. Just in general. Like, Karma sends me messages of shit on Instagram, and I just find it really nice. All right, 3 more to go before we before we get to 200. Finbar White says, I'm 48. At a leash, you got less grey than me. Just about. Quinn 40 says, I'm 40. We're the new 20. No, we're not. We're not, Quinn. I've done this to myself. We're not. We're just 40. We are 40. W. Fortin says, and finally, a fan made an intro and then you got a copyright ban. Odd. Yeah, honestly, it's not good. But to be fair, it was a really good intro. A really good intro. I'm upset about it. Ade, do you listen to JK? Yes, I do listen to JK. I do listen to JK from Birmingham. It's from Birmingham, isn't it? Man's like, JK, where have you been? I told you, I listened to it. JK big. All right, 200, we've done it. Guys, thank you. Have a safe Sunday, everyone. Peace and love. Stay safe. Peace.